Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. My name is Jaden, and this is Lighthouse 36. Today I'm doing a very special reading for the collective. It's a love reading. It's not just for singles. It can be for individuals who are in a relationship, even a long-term relationship already. Or if you're single, I'm going to read the cards, uh, um, for all types of scenarios. What I've done is shuffled this deck and 3 cards have popped out. So this is pile number 1 with the rainbow fluorite crystal. Pile number 2 with the wooden love button. And pile number 3 with a rose quartz crystal. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Please go ahead, take a deep breath, close your eyes if that resonates with you, and select your pile. Okay, if you haven't had enough time to select your pile yet, please just press pause. The timestamps are in the description box below, and I will see you on the other side. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you for being here. Let's flip over your card and see what is in store. The gardener. Okay, so this is the overall theme for the month of July, and it's the gardener. So it looks like you are nurturing something. If you are not in a relationship, if you're single and looking, you're trying to find Mr. or Miss Right, or you're trying to find the right partner for yourself. You're trying to nurture that. You're spending time on looking for the right partner, or even time reflecting on yourself and what you're looking for. If you are already in a committed relationship, it looks like you're trying to nurture this relationship. Maybe you both have been very busy, not having time to really nurture the relationship, and you're going to be working on that now. Perhaps even taking a vacation together to kind of reconnect. Okay, now let's get 3 cards to give us more information from this deck. 3 card spirit. Trapped in fear. Okay, 2 more please. Whoa, okay. Those came out very quickly. We have triumphant success and fulfillment of wishes. So trapped in fear, fulfillment of wishes, and triumphant success. Okay, let's just get a few clarifiers, please, Spirit. Please, Spirit, can you clarify the gardener? Please clarify the gardener. We've got the 3 of Swords here. Okay. Please clarify it further. Oh, 5 of Cups. Okay. Okay. Trapped in fear. Please clarify trapped in fear. You've got the Queen of Cups. Fulfillment of wishes. Wow, 10 of Cups. 8 of Wands. and the Four of Cups. Okay. And triumphant success. The Three of Wands and the Four of Swords. Just going to get one more clarifier for triumphant success. The Five of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Let's just take a few deep breaths and connect with these cards and the messages here. Okay, all right, pile number one. What I see here is something recently hurt you very, very much. That's happened, okay? And you felt like you didn't know what you were going to do about this. So it could be a relationship, if you're single, a relationship that recently broke up. If you're in a committed relationship of some sort, it could be something that your partner did that really hurt you. You know, maybe it was just a big blow up, okay? About that your partner not giving you enough attention, not being, you know, caring about what you need, okay? About your needs, not fulfilling your needs. It could be something like you know, you discovered that they have some dirty magazines, you know, or pornographic magazines, or are watching porn online, and this really upsets you. It could even be as far as someone having an affair, okay? But whatever it is, this, with the Three of Swords here, some information came to your attention and it really hurt you, and you felt exhausted and like you didn't know what to do about it. You're just not sure what you can do about this. And my heart really goes out to you, and I'm sending you a humongous hug, okay? A humongous virtual hug. Because this is not easy energy to navigate through. So I can see here that you retreated, you went into yourself, trying to nurture yourself and to find out, where do I go from here with the gardener, okay? This seems to be what July is about, the overall theme, taking good care of yourself, okay? And for some of you, I feel like I'm hearing the most of you. It looks like you're going to try again, okay? Either with your existing partner or looking for a new relationship if you're single. I'm not advising you to try again at all. You follow, you know, what resonates with you most, and this is just a general reading. And if this reading is not resonating with you, please try one of the other piles that may resonate with you more. But I do feel like there's a going inside here, nurturing yourself first, okay, before making a decision to try and nurture the existing relationship or a new relationship. This here is connected to these energies. The trapped in fear is connected to these energies here, the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, okay? You felt trapped in fear. For many of you, with the Queen of Cups here, I can see that you've tried to bring yourself into balance, into emotional balance. So to leave this, all this fear, all this negative energy, and try to bring yourself into balance, it could be you know, with the image on this card, that you even went to seek help from a counselor. It could be the counselor is the Queen of Cups, okay? Helping bring you back into emotional balance. Could be an energetic healer, could be your spirit team, God, you know, praying really hard, getting energetic healing, meditating. You've done something here to bring yourself back into emotional balance, okay? So I feel like either just before July or at the beginning of July, you're bringing yourself back into emotional balance, okay? There may have been some rest here, some discontent, okay? When you brought yourself back into emotional balance, you've realized that you're not happy with the way things are, okay? You're dreaming of this golden goblet here. You're not happy with these 3 cups sitting here, okay? I feel like something takes place in the month of July that gives you new hope. It's like a cleansing here, okay, with this water purifying you. There's a fulfillment of wishes. This could be that your partner says to you, look, I really care about you. I made a mistake. I'm willing to go to therapy to work this out, okay? And you guys try again. You may decide it's worth it. It could be, whether you're single or in a committed relationship, that you just decide to move on. It could be that you actually meet someone new, and you know, and they're everything you've always wanted. Whatever this is, I can just see that you've been nurturing yourself, okay? Brought yourself back into balance, and there's some kind of fulfillment of wishes. You realize that you're not content with the way things are, and there's some kind of fulfillment of wishes here. Something that wasn't open before with this treasure chest here, something that was not available to you before is now available, okay? This is beautiful energy. So you may decide, you know, to stop at nurturing yourself and not nurture this existing relationship. Or you may decide to nurture the existing relationship as well once you've nurtured yourself and brought yourself back into balance. Whatever this is, it comes in this, whatever this wish is for yourself, or this relationship, it comes in very, very quickly, okay? Very quickly, because this is the 8 of Wands. I also, in this deck, read this card as a magician card. It's like, because it reminds me of the magician. You create something here, okay? And it doesn't matter what you choose, whether you choose to, you know, try again with this existing relationship, or you're just looking for something new. It comes in very, very quickly, actually, faster than you thought. So if it's, you know, an existing partner, they come and apologize to you and agree to go to counseling much faster than you thought, where you thought, oh, they would never agree to that in a million years. But it happens, okay? Or if you're looking for someone new, it happens very quickly in July. And with the 10 of Cups here, so with this particular card, it is a marriage card. This could lead to marriage. So if you're not married already, it could lead to marriage, this wish fulfillment. So if you're, you know, just living with someone or engaged, you decide to give that relationship another try, this could lead to marriage. Or if you're looking for someone and that someone comes into your life in July, this has the possibility of being long-term. The Ten of Cups is all about long-term emotional fulfillment, okay? Your happiness, your joy, abundance, and it is a marriage card, so take what resonates with you, take it, and apply it to your situation. So whatever this is, this nurturing of yourself, and if you choose to, the relationship, an existing relationship, if you want it to try again, or if it's something new, you're going to be nurturing it like a gardener nurtures their relationship. And here with the triumphant success, I can tell, this is a success at the end of July, or moving forward, but it's not an easy one. It's this deck has a couple of triumph cards, okay, in it. And this particular one I read as it's a difficult triumph. It's been a challenge, okay? It's a challenging triumph. You've had heartache, okay? It's been a difficult, a challenging triumph, but obviously so worth it, because, and now you're like, where do I go from here with the Five of Pentacles? Where do we go from here? There's a time of rest, and there's waiting for something to come in, okay? Waiting for something to come in now. So let me just, triumphant success. So there's success here. If it's an existing relationship, you work it out, If you decide to move on, something comes in rather quickly that you want, much quicker than you expected. And there's success here. But now, now it's like, where do we go from here? What do we want to do now? Spirit, what is this card doing here? My apologies. I just need to connect a little bit deeper with this card. I feel like there's another message here. Okay. All right. So there's a success here. So for those of you who do decide to stay in the relationship and try again, okay, there's success here. It's hard-earned success. But there's a small group of you, okay, where the issues start again, okay? I'm sorry to tell you that. The issues come up again, and you're a little lost about it. It gets you kind of feeling like this here once more. Even though you felt like successful, you start noticing some red flags. There's some issues, maybe possibly new issues that come up, okay? And you're like feeling lost, like things were going so well. You worked on this, there was success, but it's like you start feeling lost again. And Spirit is advising you to take a break again, nurture yourself once more, and then decide where you want to go. And I have a feeling that for many of you where this happens like again, okay, so an example would be if you're in a long-term relationship and the person, your person cheats on you again, or they are doing the whole porn thing again, and you don't like this, okay, or lying to you in some way, okay. I have a feeling that once you've given it another chance and things start going wrong again, you're going to decide to leave this, okay? And wait for something better to come in. Wait for your ships to come in. So there's different groups going on here. So some of you, you're in a committed relationship, okay? Or you've been dating someone and something goes wrong. You nurture yourself, you go inside, okay? And you decide you want to try again, okay? And there's some fulfillment of wishes here, like maybe the person apologizes or the person says, I'm going to go to counseling, okay? And there's some kind of success. You're seeing the long-term potential here. And for many of you, it works out, okay? There's triumphant success, hard-earned. But for some of you, there's a difficulty here. The challenge comes up again. It may be the same issue or something different. You have to go inside once more, and I believe that you're going to decide, okay, no, I've given this one chance already. I thought we worked it out, but it didn't work out, and I'm just going to wait for something better to come in. Okay, I think you're going to move on. And for other of you who are single, I see that you're taking the time to nurture yourself, okay, and bring yourself into emotional balance, maybe after a terrible breakup. And there's really good stuff happening here, a fulfillment of wishes, you know, very positive thing, you know, a very positive future here. But I see that just for a small group of you, for those who were in a relationship already and decide to work it out, that you, you know, have a glitch, okay? And I believe you're going to decide to move on, okay? And this is a general reading. I'm not advising you in any way to leave or stay, but this is just the energy that I'm reading, the cards. These are the messages I'm getting from the cards and the energy that I'm reading. Okay, let's get a confirmation, clarification, or additional message from Spirit. Oh, that was fast. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Wow, what a beautiful confirmation. Yes. So I feel like here, when things start going wrong, okay, and you go inside of yourself and nurture yourself and take care of yourself, part of this healing process is just accepting things as they are instead of denying it. Like, this didn't happen. This can't be true. I must be dreaming. This must be a nightmare. Okay? Or if you're single, accepting that you're single and being okay with being single. Yes, I'm single, but I would like to, you know, have a relationship. But accepting the situation, yes, I'm alone. Or if you're divorced, yes, I'm divorced and I'm alone and I have to start again. You know, so it begins with acceptance, and before the situation can transform to this wishes fulfillment, wishes being fulfilled, you know, possible marriage or long-term commitment, emotional fulfillment, and triumphant success. Okay? I'm going to get one message from the angels, and that will be all for you, pile number one. If you enjoyed this reading, please do be sure to show this channel some love. But before you do, let's get a message from the angels. Angels, mending bridges. Yeah. I heal rifts. I am a mender. So for many of you, the majority of you, the energy is that some rift is being mended here, okay? And you are going to try again, all right? This is Mercury retrograde in July. So for those of you who are single, it's possible that someone from the past is coming back in. and you know, apologizing, and you may want to try again. Maybe you'll go to counseling, do your healing work. This is a possibility with Mercury retrograde, a very strong possibility. So I feel for the majority of you, there's second chance kind of energy. And like I said, for some of you, even though you give it a second chance, there's a possibility it doesn't work out, but you have closure and you move on. You at least tried, so you won't be wondering about that for the rest of your life, okay? You tried and it didn't work out. That's for a small group of you, okay? All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I certainly did. Please show this channel some love, pile number 1, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you again for being here. You've selected pile number 2 with the little love button. All right, let's flip this over and see what Spirit has in store for you for July. This is an overall theme for the month of July. Oh my goodness, abundance. Look how beautiful that is. I love this deck. It's so gorgeous. Abundance. Number 1, a new beginning. Okay, let's see. Let's take some cards. Spirit, can you please let us know what kind of energy this collective, pile number 2, can expect for the month of July in terms of love, whether they're single or in a committed relationship? Choose wisely. 2 more, please, Spirit. Deception and envy. and authority. This is the equivalent to the Emperor card in the traditional tarot. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Now remember, pile number 2, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, please try one of the other piles. Okay, so abundance, there's Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, oh my goodness, King of Pentacles. Wow, okay, please clarify, choose wisely. The Knave of Wands, please clarify further. That is the Page of Wands. The Five of Cups, okay, Deception and Envy. I've noticed some repeating cards here, even though I shuffled and cleared the energy from the previous reading. 3 flew out. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, yeah. And authority, please. Emperor. The Ace of Wands. The Six of Cups. And one more, please. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, all right. This reading is pretty clear to me, okay? Now again, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, please try one of the other piles. This may be very specific, okay? Pile number 2. I can see here that if you're single and a new relationship comes in July for you, or if you're already in a committed relationship, okay, you're dealing with a very immature person here, okay? Very immature compared to you. I can see this person is the Page of Wands, okay? The Page of Wands is a very kind of enthusiastic person, very passionate, like a big dreamer. And it's the same here with the Knight of Cups, okay? Very romantic person, big type of dreamer. And these are all wonderful qualities, okay? But I think they have like a little bit of a Peter Pan syndrome. You know, like they may get your heart going. They may talk a big talk, okay? But they're not the type of person who's grown up yet, who follows through, okay? They're not a responsible person. You know, they may lie a lot, for example, okay? They may lie a lot and try to deceive you. You know, this is not to say they don't have their good qualities, okay? Like you may be swept off your feet by this person, okay? If it's a new person, you're going to be swept off your feet by this person. If this is already a long-term committed relationship, maybe initially you were swept off your feet, okay? This person does have a lot of good qualities, but I'm afraid that they're not a very mature person, okay? This is the type of person who may quit their job a lot, you know, may not pay their end of the bills. You know, like if you're living together, they may not be paying, you know, their part of the bills, and you have to pick up, you know, what they're slacking on. This is a relationship where you're going to be or are giving more than you receive, okay? This is not a person that can be trusted, and they actually may be secretly envious of you because you're a responsible person And, you know, and for whatever reason, they just can't do that, okay? They lack that ability at this time in their life, okay? Um, and for those of you who have been in this relationship for a long time, you're like exhausted. You're exhausted of all the excuses, is what I'm hearing. You don't know what to do anymore. You've given this person so many chances. And for those of you who are just about to enter this type of relationship, okay, um, uh, this is your future, okay, with this person. If you're picking up red flags, okay, at the beginning of a relationship, listen to your red flags, listen to your intuition and what you're seeing. Don't second guess yourself, okay? And for those singles, you may have just gotten out of a relationship like this, okay? With the Six of Cups here, I'm getting kind of two storylines here. It is a Mercury retrograde in July, so if you're single, this may be a past person trying to kind of slither their way back into your life, okay? A past person who was like this, okay? The person I just described. So they may try to slither their way back into your life, you know, and it's totally up to you if you want to give them another chance. Also, for some of you, I feel like you're looking at your past, okay, your childhood, and you're like, why can't I attract someone like my father? Or why can't I attract someone like my mother? You know, why do I keep getting this, okay? The Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, the person with the Peter Pan syndrome, okay? Why do I keep getting that? Why can't I get someone responsible like my mom was or my dad was or both, you know? Why do I keep attracting, excuse my language, losers, okay? They're not losers, they're just people who aren't as evolved as you are, who, you know, they may be stuck at a certain age. Humans tend to get stuck at a certain age, okay? So that's what I'm getting from this card, okay? Now, for the majority of you, I feel like you have an epiphany moment, an aha moment, okay, with this Ace of Wands here. And you're like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. Okay? I cannot do this anymore. I've had enough. That is enough. And you realize you've got to move on. I'm not in any way advising you to move on. I don't know what your personal situation is. I'm just reading the energy of the cards for pile 2. And if this pile is for you, I feel that the majority of you tell yourself that is enough. Enough is what I'm hearing. Like, bang, enough. Okay? And you decide to move on, okay? You take charge of your life with the Emperor energy here. You take charge of your life and you decide to move on. You make a plan, and it doesn't matter how long it takes to implement this plan, you're going to follow it through to the very end. This is very stubborn in a good kind of way energy, okay? And I feel like with the Eight of Wands here, that this happens very quickly. I also read this card like a magician card in this particular deck because it reminds me of magician energy. You decide to create the future that you really, really want. You're not going to settle anymore, okay? And once you do, oh my goodness, I'm getting goosebumps. I feel like crying for you. great abundance comes in, okay? Abundance, I'm getting goosebumps all over in every way. Look, there's an angel here blessing you, okay? It's like your life begins to change so rapidly once you make this decision, okay? And great abundance and prosperity, long-term abundance and prosperity comes in for you in every single way. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute, why I'm saying that. Um, you know, does that mean that you're never going to have an issue again? No, of course not. This is the planet Earth, and we learn through issues, okay? Bad things happen here on planet Earth, okay? Um, but, there's long-term stability here, okay? This is financial with the the King of Pentacles here. Um, you know, in your relationships, you perhaps move to a new neighborhood even, okay? New neighbors. To me, this is right now is giving me the energy of like a new home type of party, celebrating a new home, new life, okay? Financial abundance comes in for you. Stability comes in for you. Um, oh my goodness, I didn't even notice you have the Emperor twice here. Okay? You realize how much this person has been holding you back, okay, or would have held you back. You take control of your life, your work life, your life in every single way. Okay? You have a long-term plan and you suddenly feel freer, like you can do this. With this person, your plans seemed unrealistic to you because this person was like a weight, holding you down, anchoring you down, okay? They were kind of, I'm sorry to say this, but kind of like a heavy burden to carry is what I'm hearing, okay? And suddenly you're full speed ahead and you're going to follow through on whatever plan this is, okay, that you make for yourself. You bring yourself into emotional balance, okay? Queen of Cups is and it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, if you prefer to be addressed as a they, it doesn't matter. You go full steam ahead and you bring yourself into emotional balance. And I think that later on you may even be able to advise others, okay? Give good advice to others. So this is what I mean, like all around there's abundance. Here's the Queen of Swords. It's like you suddenly start thinking more clearly and you're using your rational mind, not just your heart, okay? And I see you here possibly helping others in the future. And like what I mean, like when you leave this relationship, okay, there's so much abundance in every way. It's because if you notice this, these are all like kings, queens, emperors, okay? This is all very high vibrational energy, okay? This person was kind of like a vampire, sucking your energy, okay? You're flying high, okay? And it comes in rather quickly. You're willing to go the distance no matter how long it takes, but with the Eight of Wands here, it comes in really quickly, this abundance, okay? If it's not that, like if it doesn't come in really quickly, it could just be that you make the decision quickly. Maybe you've been in a relationship for years, okay? Or put up with this type of relationship if you're single for years, like a repeating pattern. You just decide suddenly, that's it. That's enough. I'm snapping. I'm not a snapper. When I start snapping, it's like instant, okay? And with the Nine of Pentacles here, another confirmation of abundance. This is independence, okay? Being independent, looking at all you've created. Look how proud you are of yourself for making this decision. Wow. And you're like, it's like, oh, you're finally able to exhale, okay? This may be a new home. Look, or you've asked the person to leave your home, okay? And you feel freer, richer, content, happy, satisfied, you know? It's like, I'm free at last, I'm free. You're content with your decision. Oh, that is beautiful, pile number 2. Okay, let's get one more confirmation, clarification, or additional message from Spirit from this deck, please. Too many, Spirit? I did notice a manifest card here. I'm not sure if it's going to come out. Yeah, I just saw it again. With what I read here as kind of like the magician energy, which is, you know, emperor energy, you're creating something beautiful for yourself, for your future, okay? And like I said, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, please just pick a different pile. Okay, Spirit's got 2 messages for you. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So what I got immediately when I read this card is a guilt. Why do you feel guilty if you let go of this person? Okay, examine those feelings. Oh goodness, yes, choose wisely. I completely skipped over this card. You're choosing the light. You're choosing the sun. Okay, but it looks like you struggle a little bit with this decision. You know, maybe there's a part of you who believes that you can change this person, is what I'm hearing, or maybe you don't want to let them down in some way. Like I said, they're not a horrible person altogether, but you don't want to let them down in some way. Maybe you feel like you're going to be judged, okay, if you let go of this relationship. Or maybe you're afraid of being alone for the rest of your life, like nothing good will ever happen to you again, that this is the best thing that ever happened to you in your life. How could you possibly let it go, you know, even if it's not perfect? Okay, so what's causing you to feel that way? What's causing you not to choose the light, making other decisions that may not be the best for you? Go inside and figure that out so you can make a healthy decision before you make any decision. You know, think about healing, maybe seeing a psychologist and talking it out, or a counselor of some sort, or energetic healing, or taking up meditation, or doing some guided meditations, okay? Or going out in nature for walks. Take some time to reflect, okay? But once you make the decision, I feel like a lot of abundance is coming your way, okay? In every way. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Yeah, these 2 cards are very, very connected, okay? Maybe you feel like it's wrong to leave this person. I'm getting an example of maybe they just lost their job, or maybe they're ill and you feel guilty, okay? So Spirit's telling you there's no right or wrong. It's, you have to decide what's best for yourself. So go inside and reflect on this, okay? Let's get a message from the angels. Angels, please. Any clarification, confirmation, or additional message? Yeah, so here there's definitely a message about looking deeper. Deep within me is majestic radiance, okay? So there's a need here for many of you to go deeper, okay? I suggest, if it resonates with you, speaking to a counselor or a very trusted friend or psychologist about how you're feeling. Be truthful with yourself first. You have to be truthful with yourself first and honest before you can with others, okay? So go inside, look deeper. If this is a long-term relationship you've been in, or you keep attracting the same kind of person, it's like a repeated pattern, go inside and reflect on why and what your role is in this. Are you a people pleaser? You know, do you see the red flags and ignore your intuition? Um, uh, do you think that, you know, you can change this person? Do you feel like, you know, you were really lucky to get this person and that they chose you, that they're great in so many ways, you know, even though they're not perfect? And you just feel fortunate that they picked you. Maybe they're very good looking and they picked you, you know? Is there a self-esteem issue here? Is there a boundary issue here? I really recommend, Spirit's recommending this, that you look deeper, okay? You know, and before you make your decision, and choose the light, okay? And once you make that decision, great abundance in every way is coming to you when you make a decision from a very healed place. Okay, pile number 2, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, please show this channel some love. I'm wishing you all the very best and sending you so much love. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Thank you again for being here. You've chosen the pink rose quartz. Let's see the overall theme for July for you. Oh, wow, maturity. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. By the way, there is an energy of spiritual maturity happening in July that's available to everyone, whether you've been on conscious of being on your spiritual journey for just a short time, or you've been conscious for a long time. I did create a collective video for that on June the 18th. So perhaps you'd like to go and take a look at that with this maturity card here. All right, let's get some more cards and see what energies July will bring for you. And again, this is for singles and for people who've been in a relationship for a long time. What energy can pile number 3 expect for the month of July, Spirit? Conflict and defeat. Recognition and reward. Wow, happily ever after card. And I just want to say that if this reading does not resonate with you, please check out one of the other piles that they may resonate with you more. All right, let's have some clarifiers. So this is, you've got the maturity, conflict and defeat, recognition and reward, foundations and achievements, okay? And I call this my happily ever after card in this deck. Spirit, please clarify maturity. Please clarify maturity, the overall theme. Ace of Cups, yeah. Your cup is going to be overflowing in July. Beautiful. Okay, conflict and defeat. The Nine of Wands. Interesting. Okay, recognition and reward. Recognition. Oh, too many, Spirit. Too many. Try that again. Recognition and reward. Please clarify, Spirit. Recognition and reward. Okay, 3 came out. Hangman. 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, please clarify foundations and achievements. The 7 of Swords. The Sun. And the Strength card. All right, I'm just going to take a few deep breaths and connect with the energy here and the messages from Spirit. Okay, so what I'm getting here is if you're already in a relationship, or if you just start a new relationship in July, or just, it's a new relationship, there's some kind of conflict that takes place in July or just recently, okay? Some kind of conflict, and it had you retreating, okay? So the examples I'm getting is, perhaps this partner cheats on you, or you catch them with porn and you don't like that. That's unacceptable to you. Or maybe you've caught them in a lie of some sort. This is similar energy to another reading. I think it was number 1. I'm sorry, I'm getting the piles confused now. It's similar type of energy, so you may want to check out some of the other piles as well. There's something that had you retreat and, you know, go in for self-reflection about how you feel about this and where you want to go. Now, in the other pile that I'm remembering that was similar, I was getting strong energy of different storylines happening where you some people decide to stay, some people decide to leave, you know, some people decide to stay and then there's still some issues that go on. But for this reading, I got a definite message that you decide to stay, okay? And with the Nine of Wands here, this is kind of like taking a last stand, okay? A final stand. You're like, I'm going to give this one last chance, and if it doesn't work out, okay, I'll reconsider then. But I feel like you're gonna give this person one last chance, whether it's a new relationship or a long-term relationship, okay? You're being very mature about it. You're like, okay, this person made a mistake, okay? They've come, they've apologized, maybe they've even agreed to go to counseling with you, okay? You decide to be very mature about it and give them a second chance. And I feel like once you decide to give it a second chance, you're going to feel like your cup is overflowing here. You're going to feel very proud of yourself about this, that you were mature enough to give this person another chance. I'm hearing the story from the Bible where, you know, let ye who has never sinned before throw the first stone kind of thing. So you recognize that people make mistakes, and it looks like you're heading towards forgiveness here, okay? And it feels like a brand new start. Maybe your relationship, you know, if this is new or even long term, has never been through a challenge like this before, or maybe you've never been through a challenge like this before. And you know, like when a relationship is new, or even if you've been married for a few years, you are getting to know each other, you know, and you feel like after this, like you see the real person that you're with, like they feel more, oh, I'm not explaining that well. It's like more raw, more real. The person's more has shown a vulnerability to you instead of being perfect. You know, maybe you've imagined them as being perfect, but you see a vulnerability here and you appreciate it. You love them more for it. Okay, so this is turning out to be a very different reading from the other pile. You know, and it's like you're being rewarded for this, okay, by spirit. Because this is a happily ever after card. There's a stronger foundation now, okay? You've achieved something significant. Like maybe in the past you've been very rigid. It's like, what? They did this? They're out. They're out. That's what I'm hearing. They're out of here. Like you have these expectations, like there's a perfectionism here, and maybe you're quick to dismiss someone. Maybe that's part of your shadow side, but here you actually, if this pile is for you, okay, there's a forgiveness here. There's vulnerability, okay, and it pays off. This relationship now has the potential to go the distance with forgiveness here. Okay, there's a more solid foundation, a more realistic foundation here. I think like you take time to see things from a different perspective. Okay, like I said previously, maybe it's like anybody did anything, they're out of here. You know, they tell you that they're going to call you on a certain date, and the first time they forget, like they're usually pretty responsible, but you know, something happens, it's like they're out of here. They're lying to me. You know, maybe you've brought, I'm getting the feeling of bringing in energy from past relationships, maybe where you've been done wrong, is what I'm hearing, where you've been done wrong, you know, and you've brought these wounds into this relationship. But this is a whole different type of relationship, okay? And it's not for the same reasons as in the past. You're seeing things from a different perspective and you're being rewarded for it. Here, like I can see, like it does cause you confusion initially and you're not sure what to do, but you go inside, okay, and you start to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe you've gone to seek help, spoken to a counselor or a psychologist of some sort, or an energetic healing, or just praying on it, and you have epiphanies, okay? With the Five of Swords here, this is a competition card. Okay, what I'm getting from this card is that you may even have friends that are encouraging you. What? They did this? I would leave them. But these people who are encouraging you to leave them, you know, may not be coming from a healthy place. You know, maybe they've had bad breakups in the past and, you know, they're treating your relationship like theirs. Um, you know, and your situation may be completely different, okay? So you may be having friends who are a bit jealous and giving you bad advice, okay? And even if they're not jealous, like maybe their intentions are good, but they're not coming from a healthy place. This could be friends or family, okay? Um, with the Seven of Swords here, I feel like these individuals, you know, they've had bad things happen to them in the past, okay? And this could even be you, you know, someone's taken something from them and they're comparing the relationship to something from the past. But this is a whole different situation, okay? If they're truly truthful with themselves, or you're truly truthful with yourself, you know, this, you know, maybe John broke your heart, but you know, Jason's a completely different person than John, okay? Um, uh, and you realize this, okay? And there's a maturity here about the decision you make. And Spirit is recognizing this, that you're making a decision not from wounds, not past wounds or your friends or family's past wounds, okay? You're making a mature, spiritually mature decision here. And I can't tell you whether to leave or not leave a relationship, okay? This is a general reading. You're the only one who can decide that with your intuition. But I do feel like the majority of you decide to give it another try, okay? And when you do, great abundance comes to you, great happiness, your emotional fulfillment, okay? Your cup overflows. You're recognized and rewarded, okay, by your spiritual team. There's a stronger foundation here because of what's happened. And the possibility of going long term. And this is confirmed by the sun here. Great happiness. It's like, I'm seeing like there's this energy of perfection here, but light has been shone on the fact that you're not perfect, your partner's not perfect, but you love each other and you're willing to work on this. okay? And it brings great happiness and joy if this reading is for you, okay? Many rewards, and this is long term, okay? It's going to go the distance here. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a couple of messages from spirits, either a clarification, confirmation, or additional message for pile number 3, Spirit, please. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Yeah. So here, when you retreat, okay, take your time. Take your time with this. Don't rush into a decision. You know, get some space and do not rush into a decision. Spirit wants you to pause, okay, with the hangman here. Spirit wants you to pause. You can't make a healthy decision when you're feeling emotionally dysregulated. Regulate yourself, center yourself, ground yourself. Get some advice from someone neutral, okay? Someone who has no stake in it whatsoever, like a psychologist or an energetic healer. Okay, Spirit's advising you to pause when there's the blow up, okay? Okay, one last message from the angels, please. Angels, any last message? Okay, that's too many. Just 1 or 2 at the most, please. Yeah, you're opening to love. Your heart is open, okay? You're opening to love. And it doesn't matter if this is a new relationship or, like I said, a long-term relationship, okay? You're opening up to love deeper than you ever have before. You don't just love a person for everything that's right with them, and I'm putting that in quotations. You also love them for their vulnerabilities and their imperfections, okay? As long as they're not, you know, hurting you, especially not hurting you on a consistent basis. People make mistakes, okay? I'm going to get one more, angels, please. One more. Listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Yeah, you're going deeper. You know, it's good to have a nice balance between heart and head, okay? I feel like you may be a person who, like in the past, I'm getting this really strong energy. If this person, you know, like you make a promise to yourself, if someone I'm with ever cheats on me, they're gone, okay? They're gone. But here you're compromising, okay? Realizing this person made a mistake. Thinking with your heart as well, okay? Especially if this is the first time that a person's done this. If they treat you well in every other way, but they've made a mistake of some sort, and they come to you, they admit they've made a mistake, they're taking responsibility for that mistake, you know, and has agreed to go to counseling with you to get help, okay? You're going deeper than you ever have before, and something that almost brings your relationship to the brink of being over actually ends up making it stronger than ever before. There's like a very deep foundation here, a very strong foundation, because you've gone through this. You know, adversity sometimes, like, it makes you stronger. I'm getting goosebumps. Makes you stronger. You make a very mature decision here. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, please be sure to like and subscribe, show this channel some love. I'm wishing you all the very best on your journey, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.